Hey everybody, Tony, Pressure Washing Depot, located here, Homosassa, Florida, home of www.pressurewashingdepot.com. You know, it seems like every time you turn on the news, there's so much discouragement in the world, especially when you start your business. You know, it's like, it just seems like everybody is against you and everybody's looking for you to fail. You know, when I first started my business, or at least when I first started talking about doing my own business, you know, I had done a lot of market research. I went out there. I was a pipe fitter welder by trade, but when I moved to Florida, in this area of Florida, we have no industry. So most of the people that I know are in the service industry. So they're the lawn care guys, they're the painters, the plumbers, the electricians, you know, the ones who are in the field serving other people, you know, for all the snowbirds that we have coming down here. It's an older population, so a lot of these people can't do the physical work themselves, but they can afford to pay other people, you know. So when we first moved here to Florida, I was looking for a job, and I went to every weld interview I could possibly take, and I kept getting these, you know. I was like I said, I was a pipe fitter welder working refinery. I would go to these welding interviews and pass the weld test. They're like, man, you're exactly what we're looking for, man. We hadn't had a welder like you in a long time, blah, blah, blah. You know, we'd love to have you on our team, $10 an hour, 10-hour days. I'm like, 10-hour days at $10 an hour in Florida where it's 155 degrees, you know, with a welding hood and long sleeves and jeans. It's like, that sounds absolutely horrible. And then $10 an hour for $10 day or 10-hour days, we're looking at $100, like, you know. So it's like, man, it's just like, did we make the right move coming down here? So I started talking to a few different like neighbors, basically say, hey, what do you guys need? You know, what is their services that nobody else was doing? So I was doing my market research. You know, I was finding out, trying to explore them ideas of what no one else in this area was doing. You know, so the neighbors that I had, they were basically telling me what services they needed, you know. But it seemed like everybody I talked to, especially family members, not my wife, not my kids, but, you know, in-laws and, you know, other people and friends and stuff, they're like, well, have you found a job? I was like, no, I really haven't found a job. I'm having a hard time finding a job. So I think I'm going to end up doing my own thing, working for myself. And I got laughed at, you know. It's like, you're going to do what? You know, but my mindset is like, yeah, I can do this, you know. But in their mindset, most of them had worked government service jobs, and they weren't in that mindset that you can think outside of the box and you can do something different than everybody else is doing. And as an entrepreneur, that's really what you're going to have to do on a daily basis. I call it controlling chaos. You know, you're going to go out there, you're going to have situations arise that you've never been into, you know, but you can get through this. You're going to have so many people. It seems like the more people you get to know, you know, when you first start the business and you start putting your foot out there, a lot of people are very discouraging, and they're, you know, they want to discount you getting out there doing something for yourself and trying to live that American dream. You know, that's what makes this country beautiful. It's like, you can go out there and you can try something. If it doesn't work and you fail at it, as long as you learn from it, you're not failing, you're learning, so you're still moving forward. You know, but so many people are discouraging, and so many people will tell you, oh, you need to get a full-time job, or don't quit your day job. You know, you hear that all the time. And then you hear, like, you know, maybe I'm telling my age on this one, but I remember when Taylor Swift first came out. She has a unique voice, and I'm not saying it's a good or a bad voice, or, you know, it's uniquely different than other people. You know, a lot of people would dog her out and say that, you know, she doesn't have a strong voice, she's not a great singer, blah, blah, blah. Well, you look at her now, she's selling out stadiums. Like, she came, I think, a week or two ago, she came down to Tampa to the Raymond James Stadium, which is where the NFL Buccaneers play, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And she packed out the stadium in a 2-day show. So she packed out the stadium twice, you know. So having someone like her that she, you know, everybody was discouraging her, saying, hey, you know, you suck, you should quit music, whatever. She's worth like over $100 million, you know, right now, you know, and this is 2023, April 2023. Who knows where she's going to end up, you know? I mean, and as far as a business person, a lot of people I found out, you know, I was reading the news the other day, a lot of people were discouraging her also on her business mindset. She was like, I guess a lot of celebrities and stuff had invested in something other, and she kind of questioned. She's like, "Hold on, what do you mean? This is not secured? What do you call it? Not secured securities or whatever?" And she raised a question to it, But people are like, "Oh, why aren't you investing in this?" And in turn, they ended up losing their butts on this investment, and she didn't. So it's like, when people are trying to discourage you from doing something, a lot of times it's just because they're jealous, because people that are in jobs, they have a hard time imagining that you can do something on your own and not have a boss, and not have the 9 to 5, say, that they would have, where you get to go to work every day, and you get 2 weeks off a year. They can't imagine having something that's flexible, where you've created, and it's paying your bills and it's affording your lifestyle. They just can't imagine that existing, so they kind of discount it. So when you tell them that, hey, this is what you're going to do, they're going to discount you. They're going to try to be discouraging to you, but you got to think about it. It's like Bill Gates started his company, and he don't work for anyone. If you look at Elon Musk doesn't work for someone, they work for him. If you look at the richest people in the world, most of them, I'd say probably 99% of them, and yes, that's my made up statistic, but I'd say probably 99% of the richest people in the world own their companies. They don't work for anyone else. And when they first started off, look at Mark Zuckerberg. It's kind of like saying Worcestershire sauce. Worcestershire. But when you look at like the founder of Facebook, he was another one that they're like, you're going to do what? Like, so he started this company, and people laughed at him, like, and it was never supposed to be what it turned into be, but look at the benefit. Had he never taken that chance, we wouldn't have Facebook. We wouldn't have Apple computers. We wouldn't have Microsoft, with Steve Jobs and Apple. We wouldn't have Amazon. We wouldn't have Tesla or SpaceX. So when people try to discourage you, don't worry about those types of people, because most of the time they're just jealous of you. So keep pushing forward on what you're doing. Like, share, subscribe, tell everybody about our website, all that good fun stuff. I appreciate you guys. Have a good one.